Hello and welcome to the AllMadeUp podcast with me, Harry Stakini.
Me, Lewis Coleman.
And me, Ben Hart.
The show where each week a guest joins us in the writer's room to create a story like you and we have never heard before.
Not quite knowing what's around the corner or what we'll find along the way, as this podcast is exactly what it says on the tin.
It's all made up.
Yeah.
He's done it again. He's you get better and better week on week. I really enjoy
They
that.
call me the goat.
The goat
I've
of
got funny
intros.
legs. Yeah. Never stop.
That was funny.
Yeah,
I like that. But we are here. Our guest for today is the brilliant Tom Keegan, everybody.
Gents.
Welcome.
For anyone watching and listening, Tom Keegan is a Scouse comedian. I reckon I've known you.
Not just a comedian, you have to
a
introduce.
Scouse comedian.
Has to be the Scouse comedian.
It's the only thing I really got.
We've not done that for anywhere else they're from.
Exactly, yeah.
The first person to ever introduce me to you or even let me know you existed was Adam Hughes.
Oh, was it really, yeah?
Adam Hughes said to me, and I want to say this was probably 2017, 18, somewhere around then. Probably 2017, because I remember it was Seal Street at Hot Water.
Yeah, it was.
And Adam Hughes was like, he said, there's this new lad who's just started called Tom. Very, very funny. And he's like, you got to see him, you got to see him. And at the time, Adam, I was watching a lot of him on stage. And Adam is an act where if you could can when he's brilliant, he would be incredible.
Yeah.
And like, I know there's other acts that are, more established and, than any of us here that are saying the same thing, but it's that like fine margin is like such a small window. And I've seen him, we was doing new material in Stockport, and it was just like a pub gig, and he, halfway through his set, killed the room completely dead, right? And he's doing 10 minutes, mind you, and he went, this is a sign of a good comedian, someone that can stop the gig and then restart it. He went, but before we do that, I'm going to get this bucket because it's cost me money to get here and it's not costing me to get home. And he went round the room and was like, put money in the bucket.
He
but
was kind of bully people.
Yeah. But he was smashing it. And I'm sat at the back trying to like remember my new material going, I'm going to fuck this.
And that's the thing, and I'll credit to him, people are going home going, that guy was mental, wasn't he?
Yeah.
People are genuinely having like an experience. Yeah.
But he has also screamed at an old lady, you slag. And it's like...
That's in the back pocket, just in case.
Yeah.
That's the ace, that.
Yeah.
To be fair, you didn't know she wasn't a slag.
Yeah, she could have definitely been
you
one.
don't judge people, Harry.
8 years of age, she's probably been around.
Yeah, exactly. So
I believe that women can do whatever they want, Harry.
Yeah.
Regardless of age.
regardless of age.
All looks.
All shiny faces like you, like.
When I sort of started getting into stand-up, which was late 2018, I started looking online, and obviously Hot Water had like a pretty big YouTube profile at the time. Yeah. And you was like all over it. You was like...
They still throw like old clips of me up like from when I'm like 20 and 19, and I appreciate the support.
Yeah.
But I got new jokes, you know what I mean? Like, so people will go, oh, I saw that clip of you. And I'm like, well, I'm 19. And you can see how nervous I am in some of the videos.
How old are you now, Tom?
27.
27?
Right.
Yeah,
27, yeah.
all the comedians just doing the metal match, they're like, Jesus Christ.
No, but the last time we did a gig was at a house in Manchester. And
for Alfie.
Alfie, yeah. And you were great. I remember you had a bit about like gangsters.
Oh right,
you're still doing that.
Yeah. The Sammy the Bull bit. Well, it's not a brand new bit, but I love doing that. Yeah. There's certain jokes that it's the premise is about an old mafia guy who's a real guy, Sammy the Bull, and he admitted to killing up to like 19 people. But then like now he's got a YouTube channel. You can watch him just telling stories about killing people and stuff. And I do jokes about him flossing on, he's doing challenges, ALS bucket challenges.
What we need to obviously point out as well is when you, for the listener, they're going to be listening to it when we are at Edinburgh.
Yeah.
We're all going to Edinburgh. The podcast is going to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Harry's going to Edinburgh, taking his show Grenade, which is now sold out twice at the Cultplex in Manchester. But not only that, Tom is going to be supporting Harry for the gig. So
can't wait.
Nice.
Thank you again for asking me.
I'm really looking forward to watching you.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, you're going to meet my entire family.
Oh, that'd be great. And then there was another one when you were telling me about your dad's job.
Yeah.
Once, I'd maybe met Harry twice, 3 times, and it's just getting to know each other. And he's like, oh yeah, my dad actually used to work for the police, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, my dad used to sell drugs professionally, so it was like the best mashing of 2 whales.
They might know each other.
Yeah. They very well may have, yeah.
But yeah, it's I'm so glad you're doing it because it's going to be good. The venue itself is mint. We went down there a couple of weeks ago to go and like get an idea of lighting and whatnot.
I can't wait. Yeah.
But it's going to be good, mate. I'm very happy that both dates have sold out.
Lovely.
Do you think he didn't ask you because he'd get upset again?
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, it always gets brought up, this story. Harry asked me to support him at the La Hacienda. You know, Jack Kelly, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's his gig.
Yeah, it's a nice gig.
There was a few comedians on before me, and it wasn't going great, was it? There wasn't an atmosphere. No. There wasn't an atmosphere. Yeah. But
no momentum to anything.
What was funny was Kieran Lawless was the MC, and every time he was going up, it was going, you're going to stay around for your headline act. He's going to be on TV in 2 years. He's like a brilliant, brilliant comedian. Just kept bigging Harry up all the way through it.
I'd said to Kieran, don't say anything before getting me on. Don't do any of that. And he's again and again and again. And then...
Yeah. So he's going on, oh, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And I'm looking at Harry and his head's just like in his hands, like, stop.
Do you like Kevin Hart? Stick around, people. Yeah.
Anyway, I go on after Room's been pretty dead, so I just try and go on with as much energy as possible. Like, oh, welcome. Like,
you said energy at one point.
Yeah, I went up and just went, energy. And then... yeah, just sort of said, I don't know why he keeps saying that Harry's show's going to be brilliant. I've seen it a few times. It is wank, so, like, don't worry about sticking around. Anyway, the gig just went really well. Roofed it.
Lewis smashed it.
Yeah. And then Harry with her at the back of the room 5 minutes in. Do you know, like, with torch like that, like, get off the stage.
Okay, good job.
Yeah. And then I went on and had a lukewarm bath.
Really,
Yeah. And it was an hour.
Right. It was good. It was good. We've said this before.
Do you blame Lewis for sucking the last?
No, I don't blame him. Yeah, you know.
I don't blame him. He just did what he did.
It's just one of them. You got to rise to the challenge. And that night, I didn't. You know what I mean? You know, you have an off one.
Well, I'll make sure to be horrible.
Well, this is it. Like,
you're on TV in 2 years, won't you?
I reckon my family are gonna like your humour a lot.
Yeah, I think it'd be a great contrast.
Yeah. Well, it was just one of them where obviously that happened, and then we've got all these camera crew in, and it's going to be recorded, and it's going to be like mint, and I didn't get the call, and I just thought he introduced me to everybody as his cameraman. So we're going to the gig and everything, and obviously I'm producing his show, and it is like, oh, hello, and we're speaking to owner, and it was like, oh yeah, this is my cameraman Lewis, and I'm just there white knuckling the table, like,
that's understandable.
Yeah. And what happened again not long ago? Where did you do it?
I can't remember, but like,
it was here. It was to me.
Yeah, but
it's going to be great.
It is going to be good.
I'm excited.
Be very good. And when this episode actually comes out, I'll be 29.
I'll be your birthday, won't it?
Yeah, well, I've just had my birthday.
I can't get over that cameraman shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's
entourage.
Yeah.
I'm one of the entourage, but working on it. We're going to stylist it.
He's introduced you as the doorman.
I knew it.
It's multifunctional, but it'll be a good day because we'll have a bit of time beforehand and afterwards, and then 31st is going to be a boozy one.
Yeah, I'm free all then as well.
Yeah, mate. Well, stick around.
It'll be a good time.
When we were checking out the venue, Sam, my housemate, who was on this podcast episode too, was taking the piss because Lewis is like chatting about all the technical things, and I was like just a lad who's like sorting chairs out. I was like, mate, what time does the bar close?
Priority first.
Yeah. I was like, you got to understand. I was like, my family are they're gonna arrive. So I was like, I need to know. And he was like, it'll just be open for as long as you need. I was like, amazing. Because
but how long can you be?
Yeah, they're not asking what the seats are like. Is there a bar? Yes.
Some poor 19-year-old behind the bar just getting absolutely 5p through her head.
Yeah. It'll be a rowdy one. Yeah. But I'm excited.
I said Pino.
Well, I got top, you slut. Sorry.
I was in Mulligan's last night in Manchester with my family, and we had like Guinnesses, baby Guinnesses and whatnot.
CFI.
Family do, mate.
Sam with her.
He's an adopted son.
Right, okay.
He's an adopted son. But
I can't believe you just fucking said family only. That is, you're dead to me now. You're fucking dead to me.
Well, you were invited to film it, weren't you?
Yeah.
Boom. Comedy, breaking that tension.
Thank me later, mate.
Yeah. It was a decent evening. I'd go to Mulligan's again, 100%. Baby Guinnesses as well. Ever had a baby Guinness?
Yeah.
Best one ever, that.
Yeah, mad.
You're a bit late. You took a part of it. It's a bit...
Yeah.
It's nice of families doing it. It's different pace.
Yeah, well, I was meeting my dad's new partner, who we met in the queue for the Queen in September.
Exciting. How old? Everybody's joking. I'm only
18.
40.
She's in her 60s.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was only joking. I didn't want to know.
I don't think he was asking to like take her out. How old is she?
Yeah. Defensive about her already, which I like.
Yeah, as if he was in 40s.
Yeah.
He was
Mate, what's your mouth? That's my mum you're talking about.
Yeah.
Step mum, did you make all them jokes as well?
I made loads of jokes. Yeah.
You got it.
But she's lovely, and we had a nice evening out. But just everyone got battered. My dad was like on all fours in the pub at one point.
Steady.
That's the real test.
That's it, yeah.
So you know she's ready to join the family.
Yeah.
But should we get cracking?
Yeah,
I
feel
reckon
like
we do get cracking. So this is going to be all made up with Tom Keegan. So Tom, stars in your eyes.
Sorry, guys.
It was like stars in your eyes.
That was a bit of ambiance there, wasn't it?
Transition.
And tonight he'll be playing.
For the listener, Tom just blew out a big vape cloud, which
People be watching on the production's gone up a little bit. Good dry ice.
But yeah, Tom, welcome to the All Made Up podcast. Thank you very much for joining us on this Wednesday evening, filming on a different day. Usually do on Monday, but we're on a Wednesday. So you said before that you'd seen a bit of the podcast, but I'll just explain the rules to you a bit so that we can get cracking. So in front of you, there are 3 different pots which have like a starting sentence, an ending sentence, and some like prompts in between, some like swerve balls / curve balls for the story. But before we actually do that and pick out what sentences we're going with, we're going to come up with a character together. So see this is like a writer's room. You're the lead writer and we're just helping you with the story. Okay. And we'll see what happens. So first question we always ask is, what would you like the character's name to be?
Connor.
Connor.
Standard name.
Does Connor have a second name?
Vanza Snoot.
Connor Van der Snoot.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Van der Snoot. Right, sweet. And whereabouts is he from, this Connor?
He is from British Columbia, Canada.
Right.
All right, okay.
Okay.
First time in North America, isn't it, actually?
Yeah, I don't think we've been... We had a Canadian on. We had Alison June Smith on, but she didn't set her character in Canada. So, and what sort of age is he?
We'll go early 30s. Let's go 32.
32.
Okay.
Right, okay. And living with anybody? Family?
He lives with his partner, his girlfriend.
What's her name?
Vanessa,
right, okay. You know what? This is actually the first time someone's had a relationship, which it hasn't been a divorce or they've, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they might not be happy though.
Yeah, we're going to find that out.
Project.
Yeah. Okay. So got anything you want to ask,
What's
Gary?
he done? He's killed 8 people. Yeah, this is Tom's confession. Right, so relationship, what's he do for a job?
He's a bouncer.
Okay.
He's a bouncer.
And is he? You said he's from Canada. Does he live in Canada still, or does he live?
He still lives in Canada.
Okay, right, perfect.
So him and Vanessa, do they have like a flat, a house?
Yeah. They live above a chain restaurant.
Right, okay.
Right,
And
what type of chain is it?
It's standard Chinese.
Right,
like a Maggie Fu kind of deal. Do you have Maggie Fu?
No.
What's Maggie Fu?
We have the Chinese
Lovely.
buffet.
Well, yeah, it's kind of that, but it's not a buffet. It's just a quick. It's almost like fast food for Chinese. It's really nice.
Right. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. And and how long have they been living? How long have they been living there for?
They've been living there 3 years.
And they've been in a relationship for how long?
6.
Right. Okay.
Where did they meet?
In a bar that Connor was bouncing in.
Oh, right. Okay. So he was working on the door.
Yeah, he's working on the door. She's a little bit younger.
I thought you meant dancing then.
Yeah.
So you're saying he's a bouncer. So obviously he's 32.
Yeah.
He's been bouncing for how long?
It was after his hockey career plateaued.
Oh.
Right. Okay.
He's a big lad then.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hockey.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Table wizard. They called him. Yeah.
The table wizard.
Yeah.
Connor Van der Snoot, the table wizard of.
That's funny.
On his rookie year.
Yeah, that is very good. I like the idea.
Is it air hockey or is it hockey?
No. Yeah, it's ice hockey.
Right. Okay.
I see him as a goon figure.
Right.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so if he started bouncing after that career, that means he must have like got an injury or there was something that sort of stunted his career.
Ankle wear and tear.
Wear and tear.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
From a young age.
To me when I was
And
basketball.
Yeah.
Crossing people up. Yeah.
just in the first draft.
and what?
White man can jump. Okay.
I can. Yeah.
And what age did he obviously have the injury or like the wear and tear for him to start bouncing?
I don't want to fuck up with my maths, but let's say By the time he was 17, 18, he realised it was pretty much...
Right.
It wasn't going to happen for him.
When he was sort of thinking about making it a career, but he's like, actually, no,
he maybe dabbled in the minor leagues or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
He thought, if I carry on, I'm going to be, you know, on thin ice here.
It's going to be a Zamboni.
So he packed it in, starts bouncing, and...
Is he a big lad?
He must be a big lad.
Is he Andy?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
He's like, yeah.
I see him as a unit, skinhead.
Well, they have a scrap like every 10 minutes.
What's his temperament, though? Because, like, sometimes Dorman can be proper dickheads.
But Canadians also are quite fair. Well, they're known, you know, stereotypically to be quite friendly and stuff. So I'd say he's like I'd say, you know, any of us would have a pint with him and enjoy his company.
Yeah.
Okay.
His friendliness would kind of scare you. You're like, you know,
yeah.
In fact,
Right,
he's so calm. I think that'd scare me more than a bouncer. I've been like, you know, we've all met dickhead bouncers.
Yeah.
I think if a bouncer came over and was quite charming and...
Well, that idea, though, of being... scary but quiet. I think Bricktop is a great example in Snatch of that.
Yeah,
you know, when he talks about, like, do you know what nemesis means?
Yeah.
And then he goes through this whole thing, and you're like, that is terrifying.
Do you know one of my favourite Bricktop moments in Snatch is just the little thing he says after they kill the guy, and then the two boxers in the background stop and look at him, and he turns around and in the most thick cockney accent goes, "What the fuck are you two looking at?"
And what is the relationship like between him and Vanessa? Is it good? Is it bad?
He's a very faithful, committed. He loves her. Yeah.
Good.
Right,
Yeah.
but there's no marriage there at the moment.
No, he can't afford it.
Yeah.
He can't afford it at the time. I think they're trying to save up.
Yeah.
And is Vanessa in love with him? Or are we not sure yet?
She's disappointed at his prospects.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, he's quite comfortable in his job, and she's not too happy with it.
Yeah, he thought at this point in my life maybe be a bit further down the line,
you know, maybe he'd get an office job somewhere like that.
Yeah, somewhere with progression.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. That's it. Yeah.
Is the bouncing progression?
Yeah.
I think eventually you just start your own firm.
Yeah, man.
Right.
No, mate, usually you start at the bottom and then you work your way up and you become a beefeater at Tower of London. that's like the Premier League of Dorman.
I thought you were being serious then.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to tell me. Prick. Yeah.
And is he like, just in terms of his bouncing, does he bounce on just one club or is he sort of working a circuit?
Yeah, does he bounce around?
Yeah. He's with a firm.
That's good.
He's with a firm. He's usually at this one certain club, but you know, if they're Dorman short on his day off, maybe he'll
I'll get a call.
go there. Yeah,
Okay.
And what does Vanessa do? Just quickly,
Vanessa.
So what does she do? What does Vanessa do for a job?
She works as a vet. She's a vet.
Right, okay.
Nice. Okay.
Why is that funny?
So she earns quite a lot of money compared to him then.
Yeah, because it's an off branch that only deals with severely disabled animals.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, right, okay.
She works with disabled animals.
Severely.
So she basically like just kits out animals with new wheels and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
she's like Dr. Frankenstein, but
Yeah.
Just gives it a check-up on the back legs, an MOT on the front.
Yeah. Company name's Pimp My Pooch.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
You like that?
Fit my pooch.
Pimp My Pooch. Right, I think we've got a good amount of information there.
yeah.
So what we're going to do, like I said earlier, is we're going to pick one of the green cards, and where there is a blank, we're going to put in Connor's name.
Connor loved the idea of exotic dancing.
Right,
Oh,
okay.
He's a bouncer.
Is a bouncer, so
Yeah,
Maybe
obviously...
there's some repressed, dreams in there.
I
Yeah.
reckon because he was an ice hockey player, he's smoothing on the ice. And it's like, do you know what?
Yeah.
I could do this, but just
Maybe it's erotic ice dancing.
Yeah.
yeah, maybe he wants to go on dancing on ice, but like the Canadian version of it. You know what I mean?
Potentially. What we also do is we pick our final sentence as well, so we know where this story's going to end. Yeah, one of the reds there.
AstroTurf was always the right decision.
Okay.
Right.
So that was AstroTurf was always the right decision. Okay, so I reckon we start where the green gibbles. So
He's always liked the idea of erotic dancing. When you say erotic, do you mean like...
it's exotic.
Oh, sorry. Right.
Bloody hell,
yeah.
Harry. Yeah, tell you what.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
That's my fault. Exotic erotic.
Yeah, would you say that's the same thing, or is the difference between
No,
exotic?
I think exotic dancing is more like
Hawaiian.
burlesque, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
whereas
that
whereas
is-
erotic dancing is more like, I think just your boobs are out.
yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but do you know? I would say it's probably there's a bit of bit of crossover between the pair of them. But the point being is, he likes the idea of it. So does he want to?
I think belly dancing could be classed as exotic dancing. Maybe.
Yeah.
Is it that he likes the idea of it, he likes watching it, or is it he likes the idea of being an exotic dancer?
No, I do think this is something he's thought about for a while, and because he's such a a hard exterior guy, there's that in him where he just wants to fucking
wants to dance.
Just wants to dance.
There's a nice little like undercurrent throughout this story. We had Vanessa, who's obviously thinking, oh, he's bouncing job, like there isn't much progression, and she probably doesn't know about this exotic dancing sort of thing that he's got in his mind. Has he ever talked to her about it?
No.
Right,
no,
okay.
This is a repressed thing,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So obviously, does he work at a club where they have exotic dancing then?
No, that's just the thing. It's not about the sexuality of it. It's genuinely about the dancing for him.
Just how it makes him feel.
Yeah.
He's passionate for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like the idea of him bouncing at a club and then a song comes on which he really likes.
And his hips start going.
But he's like obviously trying to stop himself from doing it. He just can't control himself because the beat is so good, and he's like, yeah, that is my jam. But then you've got Terry next to him who's sort of obviously keeping him in check.
Because he's just got to go to the bathroom stall and shimmy out or something like that.
like in Footloose when he goes to that mill. He goes like that.
Yeah, put some Cardi B on. His hands twerking everywhere.
Yeah, that image of him going to a cubicle in the club just to dance.
Headphones in. There's some whores in this house. And then it just starts going.
He just has to get it out of his system, and then he comes back. You're looking sweaty, Connor. Is everything okay?
Starts to fuck someone up.
He's pretending he's I like that.
So a bit of an idea. So he likes exotic dancing. Does he maybe do it in secret and Vanessa doesn't know, so she's wondering where he is? He goes to a class or something.
Right, okay.
Or when she's out the house in the morning, if he's got a day off and she's in work.
Yeah.
Well, he's bouncing at night. She's working through the day, isn't it? So he's going to be using what's he? Sorry, go on.
I was going to ask what's the song it comes on that he goes mad for?
The song?
Yeah, like
Nasty Girl by Notorious B.I.G.
Well, we can't. Okay. I can't help but dance to that, can you?
Nasty girl.
Yeah, that one.
He
gets down to it.
Right, okay.
He really does.
That is an image in my head there.
And does he have an outfit that he wears, or is he just in his
what if he's in his boots, right?
Yeah.
He's got his armband on for his door work.
That's great. Denim shorts.
Yeah, denim shorts, But he has that on just to remind him of he can still be that person. But obviously the boots and the shorts, he's like a bit Magic Mikey.
And a tank top.
Yeah.
He's living out stripping. He's like, oh, drugs will not be tolerated. Kind of stuff, like a naughty cop.
So is his plan for him to build up to the point where this is what he does as a job, and maybe he starts doing hen parties,
Yeah, I think he is. Even though he's not the best looking guy, I think he still fancies himself. The dance will speak for itself.
Yeah. He's solid though as well, probably. I imagine I don't know, if you're not the best looking, but you've got a
ex-hockey player. You know what I mean? Bit of a.
Well, he's gonna. He was known for moving on the ice. You know what I mean? I think. Oh, he used to glide. He used to really.
I do want to preface that he's not. He thinks of himself as an amazing dancer, but he was a goon. He wasn't the most graceful on the ice.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
He's not as good as he thinks he is.
Right, okay. So he's not. You wouldn't class him as talented as a dancer.
No. It repulses any of us, but he loves it.
That's quite a big leap to not being a good dancer and then repulsing everybody.
We'd love to go for a beer with him, but don't you fucking dance.
Do not put your key on the jukebox
in a sit-down bar. That's what you say.
Right, okay, so there's that element. Would you say he's got the temperament of, when an X Factor auditionee had that sort of delusion that they were a great singer?
Yeah.
But
he's just himself in the mirror.
Yeah, but he hasn't shared it with the world. He sort of kept it to himself. Yes. So maybe there is this moment, which we eventually get to, where he does finally share it, expecting maybe to have this big moment.
Maybe someone comes into town then. That he thinks this is my chance.
Right, yeah. Like maybe a Chippendales kind of thing.
Yeah, or even Canada's Got Talent or something maybe something along them lines. I
think it has that almost full Monty feel where it's we are going to do this in private. I'm going to build something up, and then I'm going to showcase myself to the world. And whatever happens, I feel like there is this sort of. I like where this is going.
Is anyone aware of what he does?
No. This is solely his thing. Yeah.
So, and does he have like a separate identity for him, like a different name? You know, like he's Connor on the door, but you know he's.
I think he just goes by Van der Snoot.
Van der Snoot.
When he's stepping, he just goes by his surname, Van der Snoot.
And he's just in the mirror like, when I say Vander, you say Snoot.
Vander Snoot. I got into it then. Snoot. Yeah, he took the 20 in you.
Yeah. Look, I'm sat down.
Right, okay. I think we've got a nice little bit of information there. Yeah. I reckon we do chuck a prompt in and just sort of take this story somewhere else. So one of the yellows, just read that out for us, Tom.
Oh, they were back on the scene after 25 years in prison.
Ooh. What would they be in prison for 25 years? It's got to be quite a serious
Well,
thing.
at the moment, he's 30.
25 years, yeah, he's right. Maybe some drugs.
Maybe he's a famous criminal from the area, like, because obviously it would be a big deal, someone coming out of and he could have been in prison for some kind of dancing offence.
Yeah,
like, it could have been like a whole hen party were found dead.
Well, what I'm thinking is if you just think about the ages here. So Connor's 32. So this guy got put away when he was 7.
Okay, yeah.
So like you said, Ben, I think there's a fame element to this guy coming out of the prison. So before we probably figure out who he is, maybe we figure out what he's done to be in the prison for 25 years.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's got to be something to do with either the drugs. If you take a life in America, you're in for life. Yeah. So it's going to be a drug offence.
It's a big drug charge.
Yeah. So
what type of drugs?
Cocaine.
Yeah, hard drugs.
Hard drugs.
Caught with let's say 3 kilos.
Yeah. Late 80s, early 90s.
Exactly, when they were giving them big sentences.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay.
That's when cocaine was at its peak,
Maybe it was like a local, as you say, like a local famous gangster.
What if this guy had a club, right? Yeah. He was a club owner, right? And he got caught with 3 kilos in there. Yeah. Right? Obviously, he gets nicked, the club shuts down, and he comes back out and he's like, I'm going to reopen. I'm going to resurrect the old club. And to do this, I'm going to have a bit of a twist. I'm going to go, I'm thinking male entertainment, right?
What if he started the Chippendales originally? It was him that started, it was his idea.
Well, it's because of his time in the Nick, obviously there isn't a lot of female company in there, and he was like, right, we're going to have to put on a show, and that's what he started doing. I like this. So, big drug bust in the 90s, he's come out, he's starting his own club. What's the name of this chap?
Rusty Johnson.
Rusty Johnson.
Okay. Let's say if he's back on the scene, he's been out 3 months, right? So it's not like he's just...
Yeah.
First day out, I'm opening a club, right? It's been out 3 months. Yeah.
I like the idea of it being the first day. It's like, as soon as I'm coming out, I'm starting this.
I'm thinking more like dorm and talk. So that idea of like them being on the doors being like, Rusty Johnson's out. Rusty Johnson's out. And he's like, who the fuck is Rusty Johnson?
They'll know he's coming out.
Yeah, you can't be like 25 years in jail. You want to go and see a woman? You want to go and get a drink? And he's like, male strippers.
I think he should be. I think he would have had some money stashed somewhere all that time.
Yeah. He went into prison wearing a suit, right? And he's come out wearing a leather waistcoat. A cowboy hat.
I just think it's changed his whole perspective. He's done 25 years in there, surrounded by nothing but men, and
that's the name of the club.
Nothing but men.
Nothing but men.
Tank men as well. Obviously, in prison, there's not a lot to do.
But this is what.
Apart from fall in love.
Yeah.
But this is what attracts him to the bigger gentleman. Like we said before, Connor's a big lad, ice hockey player. So obviously, Nothing But Men is filled with nothing but big burly men. You know what I mean? Like
all types. Let's get them all in there.
He
So
tried.
almost like poaching them. He's going around the city poaching these big men.
Say to prisoners, stay in touch. I got a job for you.
Seriously, I think he's like poaching these men. He's like, I know what people want.
Yeah. He's been surrounded by him that much. He knows exactly what the male desires in these situations.
Tops, bottoms.
And is the Nothing But Men club also exclusive to Nothing But Male punters? So it's like no females coming and watching the shows.
No, he's a businessman.
When it's like the bot is spelt like bot rather than like obviously bot. I just think it's a nice little touch.
I just imagine them flashing neon signs, like
for the Simpsons.
Yeah, Simpsons. Yeah.
The 2 T's like come over in neon ass cheeks. That's what I've got. Like,
So just going back to that point, is it Nothing But Male punters, or are the females allowed in there as well?
I assume it'd be more of a women thing.
Yeah, but I think it's just a bit more unique, isn't it? To be like. But I'm open, obviously.
What if 1 night a week they have ladies' night, right? And then the rest of the week, it's all fellas. And I'm thinking we could eventually go down the path of Connor's like maybe the star act, right? And his girlfriend ends up there on ladies' night.
Oh, we're building towards
spoilers.
something.
I think that could work.
That could definitely work.
Yeah. People go, he's not much to look at, but when you see what he can do with a ping pong ball. It's unreal.
Right. So just to sort of like bring us back in, we're going to get to that point, because I feel like there's a bit of a journey before obviously Vanessa sees Connor. Nothing but men.
Yeah, we've got to get there first and get the job, haven't you? Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
There's this arc yet. What I was also going to say, just for remind us in the back of our minds, it finishes with AstroTurf was always the right decision.
That's
Right. So keep it in your head. Right. So obviously, Rusty, he's got out of prison now.
Yeah, he's walking around with a cigarette, I reckon.
Walking around with a cigarette. He's found the
not even lit.
Yeah. He's not got loads of. He's just opened a club. He can't afford that.
Constantly flipping a coin like a really old school gangster.
hey, see here.
Went open a club, you see.
So he's found his club, and maybe it's like, right, I've got a week to renovate it before I put on.
Fucking hell, quick turnaround that.
Yeah,
mate.
he wants to get stuff going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been away for 25 years. He's lost at least a quarter of his life.
Yeah, he's done the blueprints in prison now.
Yeah.
He's rank ahead.
Yeah. He's an architect in there.
His phone calls for the last year of being to tradesmen, him going, how's he getting on? How's he doing there?
Can you do it?
Yeah. Mate, I've got 5 minutes here, dickhead. Just tell me, how's it dry?
Hey man, hurry up with that
phone. 2 minutes, pal. 2 minutes. Say what, give me your number as well. You've got great arms.
Yeah, I like that. It's like a reverse Prison Break. He's been making the blueprint for his club outside of it. I like that.
Yeah.
So let's imagine, like I said, it's like a week until his club opens. He's done everything whilst on the phone in the nick. And he's looking for more men. Yeah. So he's scouting around. How do him and Connor cross paths?
Maybe just an old school. Connor walks, sees a flyer. You know what I mean? Auditions, new mail, you know.
You know what you've just made me think of then. Right, so I imagine, like, if it was a film, it was like Connor, like, looking quite, like, inwardly walking, but almost, like, feminine in a way. Just sort of like...
Autumn.
He's sort of walking, there's, like, this nice music on in the background. He's sort of, like, doubting whether or not he's got potential. Yeah. And then he sees the flyer on, like, a little bulletin board, and he's like...
Yeah. What if he's looking in a window at the reflection of him, and in the back he can see the flyer, right? Okay, and instead of just turning, he like
no, even better. The wind blows and the sign falls on the window in front of him. It's a sign. It's sent from God, and he's like, "This is what I'm meant to do."
Right. So the flyer smashes against the window. Nothing but men. Needs you. Is it like one of them? Like, what is the? How's the poster looking?
Call now. Yeah.
Right. Call Rusty. Okay. So mobile numbers on there. He gives Rusty a ring. I think that you play.
Rusty's like, how do you work this? I've been in prison for 25 years.
I think you play Connor. Okay. In this situation, you play Rusty, and you're ringing up Rusty about this position. Obviously, I think you're a bit like. You'll be a bit nervy. I think. Yeah.
So I'm ringing Connor.
No, he's ringing you.
I'm ringing Rusty.
He's ringing Rusty, yeah. Okay, so...
Ring.
Ring.
Hello.
Is that Rusty?
Correct, Amando. Who is this? You sound tall.
I am, sir. I am indeed, sir. I am tall. My name's Connor. I've just seen your advertisement for dancers, and I wondered if I could come along and possibly audition for you.
Absolutely. We've got the auditions tomorrow. Quick question though: have you ever danced?
Yeah, all the time. I've worked in hundreds of clubs. I'm doing it for a long time now. Yeah, I've got loads of experience.
Okay. Well, tomorrow we're going to put that experience to the test. So how about you trot over here for about 3, and we will get moving and grooving.
Sounds like you're going to do something horrible to it.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I can't believe it. This is amazing. I will see you as soon as possible. Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
I just love the idea of him being in the Nick for 25 years and him sounding like that.
He went in and he just spoke normally.
Yeah, he went in and he was like a proper macho sort of bloke, and it's just been such an eye opener for him. It's been
like Louis Spence for some reason.
He ran the musical theatre committee there.
Glee Club, it was huge.
Well, Canada is famous for just being like nice people, like very accepting, so it doesn't surprise me in a way, but I like that. So obviously it's the day before Connor's audition. What's his next move? He's just got off the phone. Is it like, I'm bouncing tonight, it's going to be going through my head? Does he go back home and he has a conversation with Vanessa? What is the preparation?
I think he goes back, has a conversation with Vanessa, making up an excuse for by the way, tomorrow I've just got something I need to go and do. But then
there's a bar mitzvah, I gotta bounce.
He says he's going to go and bounce at a bar mitzvah, but I reckon, is he not going to spend some time maybe like figuring out his outfit for it, or does he go with?
Well, I reckon he's making tea and he's like dancing, or he's making the tea and he's just like warming himself up. Like,
what I was thinking is, because his signature song is Nasty Girl, and that's what he's going to that's what he's going to perform to Rusty. I think he goes like kind of tracksuit, like Run DMC kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And then as it kicks in, that's coming off.
Yeah.
That's, we're talking
poppers.
Is it just Velcro pants?
Yeah, like
he can rip them off at any given point. Yeah. And is the jacket he can sort of like rip off sideways as well, or is it one of them he can fling forward? You know what I mean?
It's pulling off him.
It's pulling off
him.
And instead of him wearing pants because of his hockey days, is it just a jock strap?
I'll take that. Yeah,
he doesn't have much time to prepare, is he? He's only got one night.
No, but he's inspired. He's inspired.
He actually dances in skates.
Safety hazard, it really is.
That could be a big thing though in Canada. Like, hockey's such a big sport. Like a stripper in Let's Get.
In like
full gear.
In like stripping clubs, they like strippers sometimes have like a unique skill, don't they, that they sort of bring to it. And I like the idea of his sort of strip stage being covered with ice, and he sort of skates towards the end of the stage.
It's a 45-minute prep before he can come on stage.
It's like a really big spectacle.
He opens bottles with his ice skate. With his
So he's got a big area of ice. Is it like the size of a paddling pool?
It's the sort of like, it's like a slither of stage, and he sort of like skates to the edge and sort of like skids, and the ice is sort of hitting all the men on the
and
back
he goes
row.
to people, you're going in the penalty box.
So he's ready for his audition.
He is.
I reckon. Right. So where is he holding these auditions, Rusty?
In the club.
In the club, right? Okay.
I reckon in the club.
On the stage, empty room, just him sitting there. Still hasn't lit the ciggy. Huge glasses.
The same cigarette he went. The same cigarette he went in prison with.
Soaking wet with a spit.
I like that. Yeah, it's sort of like drooping at the edge a tiny bit. It's just starting for droop. Right. Okay.
Next.
Right. So he says next, and then the person who's just been on stage walks past Connor and sort of says something before he, like, almost like good luck. Like, what does he say as a remark?
Yeah, but looks at his
crying
face.
hysterically.
Looks at his face and goes, good luck, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But this guy's also massive.
Proper train wreck.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so next, he sort of comes in. Connor walks to the stage. What does Rusty say?
So hang on.
Name.
Just quickly, is there ice on the stage?
No, there's not ice at this point because he doesn't know that he's an ice skater, does he? So this is like, he's got to impress him.
He's just got his jukebox, which he's going to play his song on, and his rig out. Is like,
that's it. That's it, right, okay. So you walk out. Well, hello.
Thank you so much for having me, Rusty. I can't wait to perform for you. Just thanks again. I really appreciate it.
Is it Connor?
It is. Thank you. Van der Snoot. I just go by Van der Snoot as my
Van der Snoot. My
name.
God, you are tall
and wide.
Yeah. What moves have you got for me today?
I actually used to be an ice skater, and I love hip hop. So I'm gonna combine my two loves. And I'm gonna blow you away today, Mr. Rusty.
Well, let's hope for you that this is an ice baby show. Please.
You should do pantomime.
Do I dance?
Right.
He says please, pauses, and he just goes, Dance.
Like
Christopher
clicks his
Walken.
fingers.
Yeah.
I think he clicks his fingers and the music comes on.
Right, so Big Nasty comes on. What type of moves is he throwing out there? Because this is obviously before it's an ice skating stage. Like, what sort of...
I'd say it starts like... You ever seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Yes.
The end of Napoleon Dynamite. So he presses play on the jukebox. He's got his back to Rusty Johnson. And then you hear Nasty Girl start up by Notorious B.I.G., which starts with Jesse Fresh, Fizzle Fizzle. My beat goes on and on. And at that point, he turned around and he's in there. He's in there. He's bopping, he's moving, he's on his knees. He's seen a lot of Magic Mike, you know.
But also,
all of that.
We've also said that he isn't actually that good of a dancer.
No.
And does he perform the whole song?
I reckon it's like a 90-second, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I think Rusty's looking at it like there's potential here, right?
Diamond in the rough.
Yeah. He's looking at it, and then he's almost like, continue.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So he keeps dancing, and it's getting the stuff where the pants come off, and it's the jock strap. And then he runs, and the big finale is he slides on his knees. But the fucking the stage is it's kind of a plastic kind of
it burns his knees.
So as he tries to slide on his knees, he slides and he hits his face. Slap banger. Yeah,
rips the skin off his knees as well.
Rusty sees something in the performance, and he liked that ending, and he wished it came off.
So he finishes, right, and then he's face down on the stage, right, and he's kind of like thinking, oh my god,
I've ruined it, I've blown it.
Complete silence, and then this.
Yeah.
Rusty goes, you remind me of a man I knew in prison.
I've not seen those moves since back in such and...
I haven't seen someone slide on his knees there first since my old Sally.
It's concrete floors in prison. So
Rusty's blown away. So say this is Friday, okay? When's he going to be in this show?
It's very, very soon. I think it's soon after the audition. Is like, he hasn't got much time to sort of pick the best of the best. So he almost goes, like you said, he's got something in him. But that's almost as much as hope more than anything, because he needs to start this club up as soon as he possibly can.
The truckers are like him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Opening night's Friday, it's Wednesday. So
I reckon, does he say to him, you've got the job?
Yeah.
He says to him, you've got the job.
One of them scenarios,
Van Snoot, you're going to be a hoot.
I love this character you've created, Rusty Johnson.
Right, so obviously, I imagine Connor is absolutely elated, scared, nervous, excited.
Charlie Bucket, he's running home.
He's running home, forgets that he hasn't put his tracksuit back on, and then he's like, oh shit, quick.
Skates. He can't run properly.
Is it winter because he could skate home?
Well, what I'm thinking is, obviously, he's had a massive peak there, hasn't he? It's like, he's like so happy, but now we've got to hit a trough. So I think he obviously sprints home in sort of like ecstasy, really, really enjoying himself. Opens the door, Vanessa's there, meal's cold, sat at the dinner table. You know what I mean? There's something like, where have you been? He's sweaty. He's wearing
budgies with no wings, fucking walking around everywhere.
She's brought a few pets home. I've got to bring my work home with me.
Yeah, budgies with no wings. What an image.
Just walking around everywhere.
Climbing up ladders.
Just walking.
That is just a feather and legs. Not even
just really intricate fucking setups, like mousetrap and all over the flat.
I like that.
Right, I like that. So she comes home, obviously he's sweating in a tracksuit. Surely she's been thinking, like, where have you been?
Yeah.
Maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, he looks suspicious, doesn't he? So,
well, yeah, I mean, he's come home in a tracksuit.
He's all
sweaty
as well, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously he's got this thing in the back of his head, which he can't tell her, because she would find that odd, would she?
He's fearful, isn't he?
He's fearful.
Of what the reaction's going to be.
Yeah.
But, okay, so let's say she's peeved, right? Okay, just like you're late, essentially. And where have you been?
What's the excuse?
He's been at bar mitzvah, hasn't he?
No, it's time for me to tell you the truth. Actually, I had an audition. I've always wanted to dance. I'm an amazing dancer. I love you. I start Friday as a male stripper at what's it called again?
Nothing but men.
Nothing but men. I start at Nothing But Men for Rusty Johnson. I've got the job.
Right, okay, I like that. I do like that. But what I do like is what you mentioned earlier, where it's like the first time she sees that is at the ladies' night.
Okay, so yeah.
Sorry, so I think at this point,
that thing.
Well, she might not accept it, and that could be where she sees him, and she goes,
yeah, it's like Billy Elliot. Yeah,
right, go on.
You know, like the dad in Billy Elliot.
Yeah,
he's like, that's not for me. But then when he watches him,
Right, so
You know what I mean?
she is a bit like, well...
Oh, it's disgusting.
Well, maybe it's not that, like, it's disgusting, because at the start you mentioned it was like a financial sort of progression thing. There's no career there, and it's like...
No.
He's going from bouncing, where there's no career progression, to sort of like, in your 30s, deciding to pursue your dream where there's no money whatsoever.
Yeah.
And she's like... She's really confused. It's like, you've started doing this, and... money-wise, I want to get married, and I can't do that now.
Putting fucking legs on dogs.
Like, she's doing a lot in terms of the, like, paying the rent, paying the mortgage, whatever. And I think she just thinks...
I think she thinks, you selfish fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that's what she thinks. I don't think I think it'd be too stereotypical for her to be disgusted.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit old school. That I think it's more...
Get a grip. Like, yeah, come on. Like, you're older than me. Okay, and
so I told Melissa I was going to be a comedian.
I want to start a family.
Yeah, I want to start a family.
Dad, I'm going to be a comedian. Ben, you're 29.
It is the same kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, I think it's exactly what you said, Tom. I think it's like, you're selfish. Yeah. Like, you chose to do that now. I've been working out of veterinary school. I had dreams, but I chose to put them to the side for you.
Yeah.
He sleeps on the couch, or she sleeps on the couch. I think there's just a icy sort of mood in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's nice.
Yeah, okay, right.
Progression, I think it's opening night very soon.
Yeah, we're going to need a prompt, though.
Yeah, we are. So let's get one.
The DPD driver handed over the parcel with a wink.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So it's got to be an outfit or something at it.
So it doesn't have to go straight away, by the way.
Okay, right, okay.
So let's say it's Friday. It's a week, right, in between. And from the point of him having that audition to it being the Friday morning, he's been on the couch every night, okay?
Yeah.
And I think he's probably had a week of, like, so looking forward to doing the show, but aware of, like, this is a really positive thing I have in my life, and that, you know, is it worth me losing her for this, you know, this ultimatum?
He's torn.
He is. He's proper Natalie Imbruglia.
Yeah.
We've got to have her get into the club, right?
Yeah, I think...
So what if during that week he says to her, he's like said, look, just come and watch, and she's like, no.
I think before that, I think we've got to sort of experience what his first night was like the euphoria of that first night dancing on stage.
Loads of hours at the club. Like he's been there all the time since the argument. He's just been at the club rehearsing. Like,
Yeah, I think because obviously it's six days a week. It's men. It's purely for men, the dancing, and then that one day it's ladies' night. Okay, so let's just imagine that first night that he's on. Packed out crowd. Is it packed, or have they struggled for numbers? Like
I thought he'd struggle originally on the first night. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So they're struggling for numbers.
I'd say there's 30 odd people in there.
Yeah, that'd be a good gig.
What's the capacity?
Yeah,
of the
I
room?
wish. Yeah. Sorry.
What's the capacity of the room?
It can fit about 200 in there.
All right.
Right.
So it feels
okay.
empty.
Yeah.
He's still dancing to Big Nasty.
Yeah,
that's his
Nasty
song.
Girl. Sorry, Lewis. You got it wrong twice now, but
Sorry, Nasty Girl. Did I say Big Nasty?
It's also Big Nasty.
Yeah.
All of it.
Jesus, this guy.
It should be called Big. No, so what's it called? Nasty Girl.
Nasty
Girl. That's it. So Nasty Girl comes on, and he keeps dancing to it. And Rusty is maybe looking at it going, yeah, there's something there. But like you said, there's only 30 punters like coming to this club consistently. And maybe Connor goes over to him and says, look, I was an ice skater. I told you in my audition, let me do this. Let me... Rusty.
Put the aircon on.
Rusty, let me do this. Let me... put ice on the stage, and Rusty's looking at the numbers and being like, Connor,
not insured for that.
It's so expensive for me to do that.
Can you do it in socks?
Have you heard of rollerblades?
It's like, no, Rusty, you've just got to believe in me. You've got to believe in me. Just ice the stage. And he gets the stage fully iced. He invests in him, and then he puts on the show. And after that night,
it's in the paper.
Everyone else is a nightmare.
Yeah. This is sort of like, because his dancing isn't great and his skating isn't even great, but that just sort of niche.
What if when he's like obviously combined his skills within hockey, but when he's dancing, he's like moving with a puck.
Yeah.
And he's like so good at shooting that he would like say to fellas in the crowd, "Open your mouth."
Oh,
and hit a puck, and they just catch it in their mouth, right? And he's
Knocks all the teeth out.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. So like he's like firing things off into the crowd.
He's got to put money in the grate in his mask.
Yeah. And obviously word spreads because like he was talented, wasn't he, at ice hockey?
Yeah.
And
you know, he knew his way about. You know what I mean? He wasn't untalented.
Yeah.
He can do trick shots and shit.
He's better than
like
most people. Yeah, he'd look impressive to us.
Of course, yeah.
And also just like the men who are going to this club don't know who he is, or do they have like a vague idea? Because obviously,
I think he's just like you know, a bit of a muttering around town. You seen this guy? He was a hockey player. He used to be a bouncer.
Yeah.
Right.
Fat cock.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So it's a big city. It's a big city though. So he could one bouncer could easily get lost in the big city.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So obviously it's like a small town.
That's what I mean. I'm just thinking easy, thinking, oh, I hope people don't see me like doing this.
I think he's ready to make that. You know,
he's ready. Right. Okay.
Has he got like an alias? Is he going to?
Well, it's Van der Snoot.
Oh, Van der
Just Van der Snoot.
Van der Snoot.
So
that's in Blackpool.
So he Monday's opening night. Tuesday night he's convinced him to ice the stage. Tuesday night's great. Wednesday night's been great. Thursday.
It's like tickets. It's close to selling out every night. It's
in the paper. It's not. It's in the local news. It's like in. Yeah.
But not his full name. It's just Van der Snoot.
Yeah.
So let's say then, what's his girlfriend called?
Vanessa.
Vanessa's at the work, right? Okay, you know, sewing an eye on a dog or something, right?
Sewing it.
Yeah, but it's like a teddy bear's eye, right? Not even a real eye.
I love her side story.
Or, do you know what?
Girl,
it's not even that. It's just a button.
She's putting tusks on a Labrador.
Some mad scientist vet.
Don't do that. Stop it. You're supposed to be a vet.
You know, and a colleague comes in.
The easy Amin of the veterinary world. Sorry, Annie.
You're sicko.
It's so funny, like sewing buttons on dogs' eyes. God.
So a colleague comes in with a newspaper and he's like, "Oh my God, there's my friend's been telling me about this brand new club, Nothing But Men, and it's meant to be incredible. There's this spectacle that's been there since Tuesday of this dancer called Van der Snoot." And Vanessa's just like,
"Oh, who?
What? What?"
Yeah. Because also, she could be like, "Oh, you could meet a new man there," because she's been telling her at work about how he's been letting her down.
Yeah.
Second thought
mate's
about
like,
the relationship.
you could meet. You like big men.
Yeah.
So
I do really love that it's called Nothing But Men.
Yeah,
I just think that
name.
is such a great name. Like, I can see the poster already. Like the like we said before, the neon. Oh,
MBN.
Yeah.
T-shirts.
Yeah, I just think that's so good.
Yeah.
What we need to sort of work in is obviously the DPD sort of thing. So the DPD driver, give them a parcel with a wink, wasn't it?
Well, I was thinking on to this.
Right, go on.
When I mentioned his finale where he likes to slide on his legs, maybe the ice is fucking his knees up.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe he's went onto Amazon and he's bought himself. And he's bought himself some fucking turf.
Right.
To finish the slide on so he doesn't damage his knees.
Yeah.
Goes on, and the guy, the DPD driver, a little bit of a fan.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he goes, "Do I recognise you?" And kind of goes, "Oh no." And he goes, "Okay, there you go, Van der Snoot."
Yeah, with a knowing wink.
Hands him over
that.
the fucking turf.
Yeah, that is very good. I like that a lot.
So that's happened Friday morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's ready for the night. He's probably feeling elated.
This
Can
is
you imagine?
ladies' night.
It's ladies' night, Friday night.
He's got it now. He's not going to fucking hate himself. The finale's going to be amazing because now he's got the
It couldn't be any more perfect for tonight.
Although it's Astro, does he still do it in skates? But he's got his skates in tiny tram lines.
It ruins the turf. Yeah. Won't be used again.
He goes through a lot of turf.
Right. Okay. I like this. So, Vanessa and a friend have decided, right, okay, we're going to go to this Nothing But Men ladies' night tonight.
Yeah.
So, like, he lied earlier about the bar mitzvah.
Of course. Yeah.
And then she's back at home again. What animal do we see sort of in the background?
Maybe it's a fish with armbands.
A fish running around the front room with legs.
I just like a fish being in an armband.
It's lost its fin, so it needs that.
It's really bad because its gills are like hanging out at water. It's like, it's fine.
The something is, sometimes fish can't swim. So you stick it in an armband.
Yeah, so a fish is sort of like looped in an armband in the background.
With goggles on.
Yeah, so she's sort of like nursing this fish, and then Connor goes to Vanessa, like, well, what are you doing tonight? Obviously, things are a bit tense between them two. They're not really talking at the moment. What are you doing tonight?
Oh, maybe I'm going to see my mum and dad.
Are you playing Vanessa in this?
No, who do you want me to play?
You play Vanessa.
Okay.
You be Vanessa. You be Connor again,
Connor.
Tom.
Okay.
Yeah, and obviously you're having a conversation about what you're both doing tonight.
Vanessa.
Yes.
Where are you
Connor.
where are you going tonight? Have you got any plans? Do I need to leave you the key or?
No, you go out. I'm just hanging out with the girls. You know, there's a rat.
I thought you were going
a rat with no legs walking around the town. We need to find it.
I thought you said you were going to see mum and dad's.
No, I just changed my plans just then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What do you care? You've not been here all week anyway.
Oh, don't start all this again, Vanessa.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fucking make it. I'm trying to be civil. Can we not be civil for 5 fucking minutes, Vanessa?
Yeah. Wait, you stop shouting at me for a second, and then maybe we can talk.
Because every time I try and build it up again, you knock it down.
Right, that's it. I'm going out. See ya.
Oh, you know what? Fucking go out. I've got a big nice head anyway. Vanessa.
That couldn't have gone. That was genuine. That people listening at home are going to be like, "Wow."
Yeah, it was like Daniel Sloss's. People are like, "Are we like that?" We do that?
Right, I like that. So there's been a feud. There's been a big bust up before they've gone out. Big argument.
Yeah.
Right, and then he sort of goes right, and then he gets his little outfit on straight after. Puts his tracksuit on. Oils up. Heads over to Nothing But Men. He walks outside. He sees the glow of neon hitting his face, pulsating. He's like, "Yeah, I'm excited. It's a ladies' night. Nervous, different. He's used to doing it in front of men, which has been going really well."
Yeah.
He goes backstage. Rusty's there waiting. What does he say to him?
I imagine Rusty's really small as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I imagine Rusty being like 4'5",
ponytail.
And whenever you see him in the club, he's always sat in a white plastic deck chair. Right, okay, he takes everywhere with him. Right, okay.
And he goes, Sebastian, and some fella comes and just picks him up and walks him away with it.
Connor's walked in. Right, okay, and it's
backstage.
How long is it until showtime?
I reckon the night's been going ahead. Connor's coming before his call, like 15 minutes before. He's ready. He's getting his ice skates on.
Okay.
And Rusty comes and talks to him.
How we doing, kid?
I'm a little bit nervous, Rusty, but I mean, this week's went great. I imagine the women will like it.
You have been phenomenal.
Thank you. I've really came on my own.
I've came on on my own.
Rusty, I don't mind you speaking to me like that, but let's keep it professional.
Obviously, we're a couple of hours from a couple of hours from showtime. I think it's about time maybe you limber up. If you want to do your warm up here, that'll be fine.
Cheers, thank you. Could you actually help me stretch?
I never thought you'd ask. Of course.
And then we see like a sort of like in this film there is an absolute
montage. Rusty just bends in him every which way.
Yeah, stretch montage. But I imagine in the film, there is absolutely no need for a stretch montage moment, but there is.
And it's like some 80s synth, with the Karate Kid when he's training. That sort of music, like.
I've got. Do you know that? Give me love. Like ding 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 ding.
That like slowly fighting music.
Stuff.
I think it's like fighting music.
Something with a bass line and a beat.
I'm thinking disco, like Boogie Nights, Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
See the women,
see
the women filing. All the women are filing in jeans.
Yeah. He's stretching his fingers. He's like limbering him up.
Everything, stretching everything. His ears.
Yeah.
What's it called? That song like she's a maniac.
Oh yeah.
She's dancing like.
It's Hold on, Oats, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it.
Hold on, yeah.
118.
Yeah. Originally, yeah.
Hold on, Oats met on a train. Fun fact. Sorry.
Did they?
Did they actually?
They met on a train. Never met each other. Talking about music. Legend. Greatness happened.
Had a conversation and went, "You made my dreams come true."
Yeah, I like the idea of a Hall & Oates poster just sitting on the wall behind Connor. Yeah, and that's what Rusty actually says to him. Do you know Hall & Oates?
Yeah,
they met on the train.
But he's brought that from prison. It's the original poster from when they were out.
Yeah, it used to be Hall Oates and Rusty for a short time. What could have been?
Right. Okay. So we've had this stretch montage. He's limber, he's loose, he's ready. ticket, they've oversold. It's like it's 300 in a 200.
It's standing now.
Yeah, it's standing. It's packed full of women.
Henzers.
Yeah, but it's been pretty underwhelming. Imagine like a Laffy Ender scenario, and you've got the main act coming on, the headline act, which people are hungry for. Okay, so it's fairly quiet.
Quite triggering this.
And someone just before the headline act does really well.
Yeah.
I joke it, right.
Your last dancer, he's going to Edinburgh. He's got this show.
Right on telly.
No, right. So I don't think the crowd have been lit up yet. They've heard a lot about this club, but really they've come for Van der Snoot. Yeah, that's what they've all been waiting for.
They're quite rowdy. We're talking before about hen parties that like,
some are just pervy women. Some are just game.
Yeah, like, are they quite hard? Sometimes at gigs are quite hard to deal with, aren't they? Like,
yeah. So he's ready. He's got his tracksuit on. He's behind the curtains. Is it like a reveal? Is it like he's stood behind the curtain? How does he open up this?
It does part.
Right.
You know what I mean? On a pull string, it parts. Yeah. So
back to the
skates, and it's like ice. You can't really see him because all the ice is like shooting up.
Yeah, the dry ice and shit.
Yeah, someone's vaping at the front of the stage, like before, like your intro to this.
It's me.
Yeah, yeah, you personally.
Comedy didn't go well, so I'm going to become a smoke machine.
Yeah. And he's another Grape Health Bar. Quick start.
You're playing your own cameo role in this movie.
Bubblegum.
Okay, is his back facing the audience?
It just starts off like that, yeah.
Right, okay. And then is the sort of a rowdiness, do they sort of go deathly quiet? I'm just trying to create a bit of cinematic...
I imagine, so there's an announcement that comes over, right?
The lights dim.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment I've been waiting for.
I don't know about you girls, but I've been waiting for.
Please, put your hands together for Van der Snoot. And
Chaos. Bedlam.
Yeah,
it go wild. And
Jesse Fresh, fizzle.
Yeah. I like that. And then does he sort of skate to the front of the stage like
with his back? So there's the audience. With his back to the audience, he kind of he snakes up to the audience with his back, and then it's when it kicks in, it's that turns around,
right,
and the show begins.
But just for that, maybe Rusty tells him, "Oh, there's a TV producer in tonight."
Yeah, this could be a big break.
Yeah, right, maybe something like that. Like there's something to like.
Yeah. Someone from Spearmint Rhino's in.
Yeah. There's someone in tonight, and if you impress them, this could be the making of you.
Yeah, exactly. And Rusty's almost crying because he's like, I don't want to let you go, but
I'm gonna let you fly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can't.
I've got a lot of pictures of you.
Right, and also, whereabouts is Vanessa positioned amongst all the crowd? Because she's in the, she bang centre. Is it?
No, more to the back, to the right. He's got no chance of seeing her.
He's got no chance of seeing her. Right, okay. So he comes out, nasty girl.
Starts up,
comes out, like you said, does that backwards snaky skate thing.
Yeah, you can envision that, can't you? Really?
Yeah. Oh, mate, it's so vivid.
Paint a picture.
Yeah. Skates, turns around, ice hits the eyes of all.
Yeah, I like that.
Like that ice hits
and
the
they've all got
front
wet tops because of it.
Yeah.
They're soaking wet through.
Yeah, and they're loving it.
Going to this show.
Yeah. He's got his hockey stick. He's sort of like doing whatever moves he does.
Pretending it's his dick.
They call it the splash zone.
Yeah, splash zone.
Yeah.
Little ponchos and shit.
He Rusty's selling him for $5 at the back. Get your ponchos for the splash zone.
Yeah, I like that. Anyway, he's rocking. He's absolutely like Nothing But Men has never been as bouncing as what this is with ladies in it. And what is Vanessa? When does Vanessa actually realise it's him? Because obviously at this point,
the reveal. After the backward snake kicks her out, and she's in fucking shock. She's like, "Oh my god, it's Connor. He wasn't lying. He actually is. All these people."
Right.
Yeah. And is she like in Billy Elliot, the dad? Is he like?
I think she's shocked to the point where, as the dance goes on, it just gets more and more impressive. He's actually improved a lot. You know what I mean? Through his time, trial and error. Yeah. With the stretch montage, there's a lot for him. I will say, there's a lot for the guy.
Still limber.
So he's getting, and half of it's confidence. He's up there having a good time. So everyone else, you know what I mean.
And are we seeing a lot of money going onto the stage, or because obviously one of her doubts before was the financial aspect of it, wasn't it? Or is it? I'm just thinking of the conversation later on where it's like she's loving him for putting on a show like that, and she's really turned him around. But there's also the added benefit of he's actually going to make a decent bit of money with the spearmint Rhino.
Well, I think the producers are like so obvious. They sat there with like a notepad and glasses, and they're going like this.
I imagine he's like. He's obviously, say he's a minute and a half in, right? And he's got the crowd where he wants them to be. And then he starts getting them involved. You know what I mean? He's like, nasty girl. And he's like, bah, bah, bah. And people are like, he's a showman. You know what I mean? Like he's absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
Slamming them into the net.
Yeah.
Brings them on stage. And
so I see that as like, it's building and building and building and building and building. And he knows like, right, if I'm going to finish on the slide, right, like this is literally going to, you know, the roof's going to come off here.
People are going to be soaking. Yeah. Mopping here.
Yeah. What's his name? Rusty's just.
His chair's broke.
Finally, like, have you been framed? It's finally gone.
It's the gif Randy off South Park. You know that one where he's at his computer and he's just covered like that.
It's ectoplasm.
That's exactly what I'm going here. Cowboy has got a string around his neck, just hanging off his back,
swinging.
I wanted to go.
Right, so his song finishes. Like, obviously, it's just, you feel like you've seen Freddie Mercury. It's that sort of energy in the room. Like, it is real.
He does the AO thing, but with his ass.
He does the AO thing, yeah. I like that. Right, okay, he's done that. He's come off stage. Obviously, Euphoria is just, he's almost emotional. Like, that was too much.
That
like
was Prince Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. Like you said, Rusty is like, he can't even come over. He's exhausted himself, Rusty. He's completely spent.
Pathetic, man.
That just took too much out of him. And then obviously the two people, we've got Vanessa who want to come and see him, and we've got the producers who want to come and see him. Who sees him first?
Well, I think it has to be the producers, because then Vanessa can see. Wow.
What about if he starts talking to Vanessa, and then the producers come over mid-combo?
Yeah.
You know,
really like aggressive. They're like, we can take you out of here tonight, kid. You know what I mean? You'll be on a plane with us.
Because I do like the idea of it, obviously.
To a club across town.
I think I like the idea of like it not being a very sweet ending. It's not like, oh, and everything was nice. It's almost like that decision of like, well, do I stay with Vanessa and the animals?
Yeah.
Or do I actually follow my dream, go over to England and start working in Spearmint Rhino in like Sheffield? You know? Right, so Vanessa comes in.
I think Barnsley.
So Vanessa comes over. She managed to get backstage because Rusty's, like I said, exhausted himself. She's snuck past the curtain and she looks at Connor. How does that conversation go?
I think.
Do you want to do it?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, of course. Go
on.
Oh my God, I didn't know you could dance like that.
Thank you. I've improved a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot of confidence.
Why don't you just show me?
I don't know. I was always scared what you'd think of me, and I wanted to show you. I thought you'd think I was gay.
Well, you know,
you're not gay.
Rusty, get out of me dressing room, will you?
I'm so sorry for everything I've said this week. Obviously, you've got to follow your dreams. Clearly, you've got a talent. So,
thank you.
I was just about to say, I like the idea if she's brought an animal with her as well.
yeah. So, some dogs meowing because she's putting them.
It's got a leaking wound.
So little pugs going meow. Is that all right? Yeah, we did a brain transplant. You should see the cat.
Right, go on, carry on, continue.
This woman's fucking absolutely disgusting animal.
People keep bringing her them.
Okay, only came in with a broken leg. Get a brain transplant.
Go on, continue.
Right, yeah. I just think you should. I think you're gonna stay here. You should obviously. You probably make a lot of money now.
Well, I want to stay with you, Vanessa. I mean, I'm happy here with the club at Rusty and stuff. But I mean, we're talking about Barnsley.
Yeah. Well, and then Q.
Well, yeah. Producer comes in.
You be the producer.
Yeah.
So who are you? We're just having a conversation. 1 second.
I'm the producer.
Of what?
Incredibly meek.
Some cocksure.
The most meek producer.
I'm the producer. I produce everything. I produce everything.
Yeah.
And
You're not just a cameraman.
I'm not just a cameraman. As much as people say I'm just a cameraman, no, I'm a producer.
Right.
And Connor, I just think that is the most magical thing that I've ever seen in my entire life.
I'm such a fan of your clubs and your work. I follow your Instagram.
Thank you. Yeah.
You've always said you wanted to go to Barnsley.
What's your name, sorry?
I'm Vanessa. I'm his partner.
Right, okay, Vanessa. Well, I don't want to put a spanner in the works, but I would really, really like to bring Connor with me back to England.
Is there room for Vanessa on the private plane?
It's a two-seater. So.
No, it is a two-seater plane. There is literally just the cockpit and then just solid concrete all the way.
It's a jet.
Yeah, it's a jet.
A fighter jet.
Yeah, it's a fighter jet. Yeah, sorry, Vanessa. It is a jet, and it has to leave tonight. I've got to get into a show in Sheffield. They paid big money, and I've been promising them this. I think with the time difference, we'll get there just in time. I've also got you a house out there if you'd like to stay, like completely kit you out.
Or you can commute.
It's a 3-bed end terrace.
Vanessa, I know you've got that triple bypass on the horse tomorrow. I know you're quite invested in this operation, but maybe we could just see how it goes for a little bit. And I go to England, and you take some time, and I take some time, and I just think this is a real chance for me.
Well, I've got to tell you, I've been following my dream as an animal Frankenstein vet. So I think you should follow yours. So I think
it's amazing. It's amicable. I think.
Oh no, I never said we're going to break up. We should try it long distance at first.
Guys, I would advise no relationship. It's either
You've got a lot to say. You've got a lot to say, pal.
It's either make or break. Do you know, like
part of the contract is single.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there in England.
I've had a lot of attention now as well because I've been dancing.
But the thing is, you have.
Rusty, go away.
It's like Roger of American dancing.
You have a lot of appeal, and obviously, I'm going to be promoting you as like this single dancer, and that might be a bit difficult for you, Vanessa. And I just want you to be aware that is how I'm going to pitch it.
Well, you need to make a choice. Me or your dreams.
I love you so much, Vanessa.
Thank you.
I love you so much, Vanessa.
Yeah.
I always will.
No one's ever said that to me. That's so nice.
I always will, but I've got to go to Barnsley. I've got to go to the Mecca of stripping.
Well.
Right, thank you. Come on, let's go. Sorry, Vanessa. I've got to take him now. Bang!
What was that?
It was the sign.
Oh, was it?
That is the showstopper. Right, so I take
what's the last line?
AstroTurf. What was the last line, Tom?
The last line was, it was AstroTurf was always the right decision.
Right, okay, so I'm walking you to the jet. Interesting decision, like with the ice and things like that, and like I see your knees look pretty cut up, but
well, I kept sliding off the stage initially.
Only 1 week.
I injured one guy bad. He's still he's actually still in a lawsuit kind of thing with the club. Hope Rusty comes out of that okay. But so eventually I decided I had to kind of halt my slide, as it were, and my first thought was footballer's slide,
right?
AstroTurf. So
so.
AstroTurf was always the right decision.
Congratulations. What a story. So good. So many good characters in that. Literally, I want to see a story with the missus, with Vanessa.
Yeah.
I mean, the imagery.
We can do a part 2 with you.
Yeah,
it doesn't go well for Vanessa. She gets some police attention for what she's doing to fucking animals.
And Rusty ends up back in prison, but he's happy.
Yeah, that character is very good as well. Yeah. Right, okay.
I think he spoke only in his character for
Right, so what we do, we will think of the name of this piece, we will think of what the poster would look like, a song for the trailer, and then you can suggest a line to go in the pot for a future guest.
Okay.
So we'll just have a quick break, and then we'll come back to it. So Tom, thank you very much for the story. That was unbelievable.
I really enjoyed it.
So good. Like I was saying before, the characters in it, I mean, not just the main character. Obviously, we had Connor, who was great, but also Rusty.
Rusty was the highlight.
I think Connor was the most normal character.
But it was great to have you on because I felt like we were in safe hands, right? Genuinely, it was just like you were making good decisions with it, and it was like nice little details. The highlight for me is the stretch montage. Like, that would be so funny to see, like in a film. So yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Team America. We're gonna need a montage.
But like I said, I don't know. Keep coming back to it. But Vanessa's sort of like vet job. Honestly, when you said the dog button on the button on the dog's eyes, and the cat, the dog meowing, and the fish wrapped in an armband. Oh my god, so funny.
With goggles.
You can see it,
Yeah, the poster's got to be sick, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of the poster, before we do that, what shall we call this piece? What is the name of it? If this was a film, what would it be called?
What if it was called Cockpit?
Cockpit. I like that. It gets flown in a cockpit at the end.
Yeah.
It is a pit.
Yeah.
Of cocks.
Yeah.
Flash dance. I'm just trying to think like Footloose, Flash dance. I'm just trying to think. Flesh dance.
Flesh dance.
Flesh dance is very good.
It has to be Flesh dance.
Flesh dance.
Yeah.
And
I tell you what, I should get a job naming films. Every week I just knock it out of the park, mate. I'd say it.
Flesh dance is very good.
Well,
Yeah.
But also, like, if there was a tagline going underneath it as well, so it's like Flesh dance, and then like a line to sort of like.
I always like the ballad of.
Right, yeah. So it'd be the ballad of Van der Snoot.
Oh, that's it. Flesh dance, the ballad of Van der Snoot.
That is
Come on,
sick.
that's a great name.
I cannot wait to see how you spell Van der Snoot.
So
Lewis shouts at you next week.
Yeah. So it's Flesh Dance, the Ballad of Van der Snoot, and what would the soundtrack to this, like the trailer, if we're imagining the trailer, like opening shot, what would the song sort of underpinning it?
What if it's juicy? It was all a dream.
yeah. A lot of hard gangster rap.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So are we going with Juicy? What song are we going with? Are we going with that? Are we going with Juicy? What do you want?
Mate,
Cold as Ice is my one.
Foreigner.
Yeah, it's cold as ice.
Yeah, also a GTA song, very good, Vice City. Yeah. Cold as Ice, I think
I like that.
Yeah, I love that. Flesh Dance, the Ballad of Van der Snoot, Cold as Ice, and if we're thinking of the poster, what do we reckon it'd look like for this?
On stage. I think it's kind of on stage.
So it's on
Living
stage.
his best life.
I think, is it like...
Looking over his shoulder.
Yeah. A little page 3, actually.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Lucy Pinder.
With him smoking. We're not smoking with his cigarette that's not lit.
Yeah.
But
I was
Maybe
thinking...
he's offset. Yeah, you can just see, you know, Rusty a little bit. You
Yeah.
just see the white ponytail.
I like the idea of it being like almost like a wide shot. You see the stage, there's a beam of light sort of hitting the front of it.
Women. Fucking
Yeah,
clawing up,
but what
men
you
and
see, like that, we could have them all clawing, but also I like the idea of the pole, the light, and then like a pair of ice skating boots on the stage, and it's sort of like illuminating them, and it gives that element of, that's it, like, what's going on here?
Yes, Lewis.
Yeah. And you see, so you're looking at the stage, and then you see the sort of nothing but men just sort of to the side of it, and it's like, oh, you're just giving little hints of what you're going to see.
Don't give it away, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
but all
a
good.
blind mouse with a white stick.
Yeah, there's an animal in there.
Yeah, there's got to be a
The ones from Shrek.
Yeah,
the 3 blind mice from Shrek.
Yeah.
They're walking.
That is funny.
Yeah, and there'll be an animal in there as well. But yeah, well, once again, I thought that was I think you did a really good job.
She is. I probably enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Bad, mate, yeah. It's probably the most story where I thought it was like most linear.
Yeah.
It flowed. Yeah, it was brilliant. Like it's probably the one where I'd pitch to a film company. Yeah.
What would be good though is if you've got any kind of line from within your story that we could put into the pots for future. So like anything that kind of just sticks out.
From Rusty. Something from Rusty, like what did Rusty say to him when? Or what's something Rusty would like tell a young hotshot up and coming dancer?
I think it's like
time to limber you up, kid, or something like that.
Time to limber you up, kid. That'd be good. I like that.
I like that. I'm thinking like if it's like what's Rusty's 3 rules for life?
Oh, that's great.
You know what I mean? It's like
no
cigarettes, deck chairs,
And dicks.
dancing. Deli meats.
Yeah. Never.
Dancing, deli meats, deck chairs.
The 3Ds are.
I like the idea of someone picking that prompt up in the middle and just being like, what is that? Dancing deli meats, deck chairs. And then incorporating that.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Maybe and they said.
Yeah. But something like that would be perfect.
So is that what we're going with then?
Yeah.
Dancing,
I like that.
deli meats, deck chairs.
That would also work for the tagline of the film, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But having said that, Is there anything, Tom, that you'd like to plug before we
I'm on Instagram. Give me a little follow, Tom Keegan Comedy. If I'm doing any gigs in the Northwest, they'll be on there.
Cool. And we'll see you, obviously, at Harry's gig at the Cultplex, 30th and 31st of August. So,
forward to it.
Tell us about Grenade at the Fringe, Harry.
Yeah, if you're watching this, it's going to be the 8th of August, my birthday, and we will be at the Fringe with the pod, and I will be at the Fringe doing my show Grenade. Want to give a shout out to Image Village for sorting us out with the flyers. Premium these, mate, 100% recyclable. But do come and check it out. I'm on at 2:45 every day at the Waverley Bar. If you see me out and about in Edinburgh as well, come and say hello. Tickets are pay what you want, or they're £7, and we've sold a few so far. So
and we'll all be there.
Yeah, we'll be
Me,
there.
Ben, and Harry will be there doing the podcast up there. So if you see us knocking about,
come and say hello.
Come and say
A picture
hello.
of me is only a £5.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
But
Double what I'd pay.
If you know people in Edinburgh as well, just tell them to come and check out the show and also the podcast as well.
But apart from that,
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks again,
one last
lads.
thank you to Tom.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This has been All Made Up with Tom Keegan.
It's hard.